Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. By the video title, you know what this video is about. Tier ranking all NFL teams in 2023. So basically it's the ranking of what I think these teams are at based off their roster, based off, like the projections and stuff like that. And their scheduling too, because some of these teams got some hard schedules too as well. But every schedule is kind of hard because it's the NFL, everybody is good like that. But I got this, I'm ranking all the teams to see, where they end up at. So starting off first, we're going to start off with the Super Bowl favorites. Of course, the number one pick for that is the Kansas City Chiefs. When you have Patrick Mahomes out there who has won 2 Super Bowls in the past, he's been to 3 Super Bowls in the past 5 years, right? I think, yeah, he won two of them as well. So in his 5 years of playing, he's been in the league for 6 years. He played the one game against the Broncos his rookie year. But in his 5 years of being a starter, 5-time Pro Bowler, 2-time first team All-Pro, 2-time MVP, 2-time Super Bowl MVP. So when you have a guy like that on your team who's just breaking all type of records, and then you have Travis Kelce, another tight end who had 8 straight 1,000-yard seasons, something crazy like that. It's like, and then Andy Reid, one of the best coaches, if not the best. I think he's the best coach today. He's the best coach right now. But overall, if you win another Super Bowl, you can start putting him in the conversation. I think you can already have a conversation right now a little bit about being the best coach, but you got Don Shula's, you got the Walsh and Belichick's and stuff like that. So it'd be a good debate and stuff. But the Chiefs are a very good team, so it's gonna be tough to. It'd be crazy not to put them up here in Super Bowl favorites. It's gonna be tough to beat them. That's basically everybody's goal. Who can beat the Kansas City Chiefs? That's really the goal for everybody, really. Because of course trying to get to the Super Bowl, but to get to the Super Bowl, you're gonna have to go through them. Especially in the AFC, and then if you're in the NFC, you most likely gonna probably meet them in the Super Bowl like that. So that's really what's been going on. Now, the next team is the Eagles. The Eagles did a very good job last year. Past 2 years, Nick Sirianni has been the coach. They went 9-8, and then they went 14-3. Got the Super Bowl, and they was playing very well in the Super Bowl until that one little penalty, and then the Chiefs scoring a touchdown and stuff like that. But overall, you look at the Super Bowl game. If you watch the game, like, both teams played very, very well. The Chiefs had the ball last and had the opportunity to score and stuff. So both teams played well. Both teams was going neck and neck. And the Eagles can really see themselves back in the Super Bowl. Maybe a rematch. You never know like that. But they're up there, the favorites. And, of course, the Bengals are up there, too. Joe Burrow is, we call him Burrow, like it's cold like that. Joe Burrow is nice. Even though I'm a Steelers fan, I don't like the Bengals. But Joe Burrow is very good. I have all the respect for Joe Burrow. And he's a very good player. Like he's unstoppable, and the Bengals been make sure they keep him around on that roster for a long, long time, because he's one of those generational type players. Those guys like Patrick Mahomes is like to the Chiefs and all those guys like that. When you find that guy, you gotta make sure you keep him, because there's no question marks about him. Like, I have no question marks about Joe Burrow. Like maybe it's what this or that. No question marks about him at all. That's why I put him in my elite tier. I did the QB tier list. Like that, the elite. I had no questions about Mahomes' capability. I had no question about Joe Burrow capabilities. I had questions about Josh Allen, the turnovers. I had questions about Lamar Jackson, the health concerns. But I had no questions about Joe Burrow or Mahomes. That's why they up there in the elite tier. And Joe Burrow's an amazing player, and Jamar Chase is amazing. T. Higgins, all those guys they have on the team. So I think the Bengals are Super Bowl favorites as well. Now moving on to Super Bowl contenders. Guys who are contending for Super Bowl. They might not be the favorites, but they have the roster to contend. I got the 49ers up there, of course. The 49ers is a nice team. They've been very consistent for the past few years. Kyle Shanahan has been doing a good job and getting those guys ready every time. And they've been to the NFC Championship game, I believe. Was it 3 times? Is it 3 times? It might be 3 times. Yeah, because they went last year, first switch to the Eagles. They went the year before that, first switch to the Rams. And then they went the one year when they got the Super Bowl and almost won the Super Bowl. So Kyle Shanahan got them there and they've been very promising. They got to the Super Bowl before. They've been to the NFC Championship game 3 times like that. So they are in contention. They added Javon Hargrave to their roster. They had 3 first-team All-Pros, I think, last year on the defense. The running game is good. Christian McCaffrey there. Elijah Mitchell's a nice running back too. The O-line is very, very, very good. Quarterback concerns, the only thing really maybe, I don't know if Brock Purdy is going to play and be a quarterback, because I know he had the shoulder injury, so I don't know how long that injury is, and if he's going to be ready for week 1. I don't know if it's going to be Trey Lance, or I don't know who's going to be actually. They haven't really made it aware of too much of who's going to be, but they're still a Super Bowl contender team. Next is the Bills. The Bills have everything. They have the receivers, Stephon Diggs and Gabriel Davis. They have the quarterback. The O-line is pretty good. Running backs, they got a mixture of running backs back there. James Cook, I think he's going to be the guy who takes off like that in year 2. And they got they got a lot of stuff like that. They got a lot of things like that. They got new tight end. They added as well. Of course, the defense is good. It's just, can they get it done when it matters most like that? Last year, Josh Allen didn't play too well. This past season, Josh Allen didn't play too good in the playoffs. I don't know what happened on that Bengals game. Even that first game against the Dolphins, he didn't play too well. But then that second game against the Bengals, he didn't play good at all either. And they lost that game. The year before that, they had a shootout with the Chiefs. And that right there was a crazy game. They're going back and forth, just like, hey, I did everything I could. I had a perfect game. Just couldn't get past them like that. The defense kind of collapsed because you can't let Mahomes don't get that play right there and get the field goal. Then in overtime, him get the ball and Travis Kelce just destroy your whole defense like that. You can't allow one man to do that to you. So that really the concerns really. Then the AFC Championship game they got a few years ago, when they got blown out by the Chiefs as well. It's really the only concern. Can they get over the hump? They got the roster. We know they make the playoffs. We know they make the playoffs. We know they'll make some noise too. They probably win a playoff game or two. But can they get over the hump and get back to the Super Bowl? The Bills haven't been to the Super Bowl since they won 4 straight. I mean, they went to 4 straight and they lost all 4 straight, which was very crazy. But they're contenders. They're contenders for it. But can they get there? The next team is the Dolphins. I feel like the Dolphins, if Tua never got hurt last year, and the injuries they had to the team, I feel like they would have made some noise. They probably could have got to the AFC title game maybe too. Tua Tagovailoa was playing very good football. Tyreek Hill had an amazing season. Jalen Waddle had a great season as well. And then all these pieces they have on the team, I know they in talks with Dalvin Cook. I don't think they signed them yet, but that'd be cool if they add Dalvin Cook to the team, to the roster. And all the other guys they got. The defense is nice. Added Jalen Ramsey as well as Xavier Howard. Those 2 lockdown corners. So the defense is good. The offense is good. Just the health concerns, the only concern about them. Can they stay healthy? The last team I had on here was kind of a dark horse pick for me. It was a dark horse pick for me because I having the playoff team tier. I was like, for some reason, I just have a feeling that the Jaguars are going to be Super Bowl contenders like team. I think have a big time year. I think they're going to have a big time year because last year, they did their thing. I think they finished 9-8 or it was 10-7, 9-8, something like that. And they made the playoffs. They won the first playoff game in the comeback, and they almost won the second playoff against the Chiefs. They fell a little short. They lost by 1 touchdown. But I think the Jaguars, with the guys they added in the offseason and getting kind of really back too, and them getting a full year under their belt with Doug Peterson coaching style and trusting him and how the connection came and the chemistry came, I think they might make some noise this year. I think they're going to definitely win a division, but I think they're going to have like 12, 13 wins like that and probably go to be a contender in the Super Bowl. I just have a strange feeling about the Jaguars. I think they're going to have a big time year like that this year. I don't know if they're going to make the Super Bowl, but I think they have a big time year and they're going to make some noise and maybe get the title game. You never know. In playoff teams tier ranking, I have the Ravens. Of course, the Ravens that make the playoffs and stuff like that. Lamar Jackson, they got the new receivers, stuff like that as well. Cowboys, of course, they make the playoffs every year, but they make the playoffs a lot. It's just like in the playoffs, they just can't get over the hump. They'll win the playoff game, but they just can't get past the divisional round. That's the only thing for them too. The Giants, Dayball has turned the team around. Last year they did a good job, and then this year I think adding the new pieces he added, he drafted receiver. And add a little bit. I think he added a little bit on O-line too as well and stuff like that. The defense was good last year. I think they can make the playoffs again. Steelers, the people they added on the roster as well. Patrick Peterson drafting JPJ. Of course, Keanu Neal adding the depth of him. DeMonte KZ. Also adding Allen Robinson via trade. GP coming in his second year. Kenny Pickett in his second year and stuff like that. I think they can make the playoffs as well. Jets as well. Getting Aaron Rodgers is an absolute boost, of course. Alan Lazard, too. So you have Gary Wilson. You have Alan Lazard. All those guys over there on the team. The running game, they had that running back with Breece Hall. He was injured last year, but he's playing very good before he got injured. So maybe he get back healthy, see how he look and stuff. Defense is nice, too, as well. The Williams brothers and all that stuff. And, of course, Sauce Gardner, all-pro his rookie year. They should make the playoffs for sure. Chargers, one of those teams too. Like the Chargers could be Super Bowl contenders. I can't put them in a tier because they always do something crazy. Something weird always happens for the Chargers. They have the super team, a superstar-studded team. Something crazy always happens. I don't know what it is, but some type of curse or some type of jinx or something. But they just can't. I don't know. Just some weird stuff always happens for the Chargers. Vikings, they should make the playoffs. Kevin Connell did a good job last year. First year as a coach, 13-4. They lost to the Giants in the first round of playoffs. They should have won that one. But Giants, Brian Daboll had his team more prepared a little bit. I think the way they was playing and stuff like that. But the Vikings defense really just got to get better. Like I didn't really follow the Vikings too much in the offseason, so I don't know what they added to the defense. So let me know in the comment section down below if you're a Vikings fan or you follow them. But I know the offense is good. The offense can go out there, they can score. I know they did draft what's his name? The receiver, wide receiver. He was at Pittsburgh. He went to USC. His name's something. I forgot his name like that. But they did draft him. So they have Justin Jefferson. They have him now as well too. Forgot his name. Dang, what is his name? The receiver. He went to Pittsburgh, and then he went to Jordan Addison. That's what it is. Jordan Addison, like that. They drafted him. So that should be a nice addition too. So him and Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson might have 2,000 receiving yards this year. Every year he's gotten better and better and better. He's, in my opinion, the best receiver in the league so far. So today, of course, we got a lot of guys like Devontae Adams, all the other guys too as well. Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase and stuff. But I think Justin Jefferson is the best. I ranked him number 1 in my little ranking list for receivers. But I think the Vikings make the playoffs. Saints make the playoffs too. You know, Derek Carr's here now, so they'd be in there too as well. They just have to stay healthy. They got Jamal Williams as well too as well. He led the receiving. Led the league in rushing touchdowns last year. I think he had like 16 or 17 of them. Was a crazy amount. And then Seahawks as well. They added some pieces. Devin Witherspoon's a nice addition to the defense. Geno Smith was playing very good football. His best season of his career. That was nice to see him get paid. When he said, they wrote me off, but I didn't write back like that. And he still haven't wrote back yet. He said, hey, I'm not done yet. I might have started somewhere else. Started low like that. I might be low for the moment, but I will bounce back. He did bounce back. He started off low. He bounced back. He got to remember the Giants, had that one good game with the Giants, and then he had the opportunity to put the Seahawks sit behind Russell Wilson. And when his opportunity came, he played and played. And this past season, he had the full season to be like the full-time starter, get everything. And he went out there, made the Pro Bowl, threw 4,000 yards, 34 touchdowns, I believe so. And went out there and had an amazing season, led them to the playoffs as well. Next tier list is wild cards. Like wild card teams like two that can be like in and out type stuff. Raiders, Lions. I think the Lions gonna be they'll find a way in. I don't know if they'll win the division, but they could win the division really. I think the Vikings will win the division though. But I think the Lions can find their way in. The Browns is another team as well. The Browns have they have all the guys in the world. The depth is crazy. They have Deshaun Watson, Amari Cooper, all these guys, Nick Chubb, a great O-line. It's just like every year the question is, can they put it together? That's the question every season for the Browns. Can they put it together? Next we have, of course, the Packers. Packers, I feel like even without Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love, I like what I've seen from Jordan Love a little bit. Like that, I know we can see a lot from him. So it can be a little iffy, like putting him here right here. But I think the Packers division is still kind of open a little bit. I feel like the defense is still solid, still pretty good. You still have your coach there, and you have a lot of young receivers there as well. Jordan Love getting the first team reps, you're going to see how you look. And we never know. You can make some noise a little bit. The Bears added all the pieces they added. They should be a wild card team, make the playoffs as well. Broncos is on here as well, and Washington too. Missing playoff teams, I had the Patriots. Just missing about a little bit. For some reason, I thought the Patriots just stayed the same. Like I know they added Juju Smith-Schuster. They added a few stuff like that, but I thought they didn't make no splash thing. They're gonna change the style, and they need a true. I think they brought Bill O'Brien back to be the offensive coordinator or something like that. So we're gonna see how things shape out. Now, DeAndre Hopkins still a free agent, so maybe they can bring him in too. That'd be a nice addition to add as well. But Mac Jones, they gotta build around Mac Jones. I know Mac Jones is not an elite level quarterback. I don't see eliteness in him because he's really just a pocket passer. He's not gonna have that athleticism that nowadays quarterbacks have to have, but he still is a pretty good quarterback. Made a Pro Bowl his first year, went 10-7 his rookie year, and got them to the playoffs as well. Like that, I feel like he's a guy who might not be elite, but he can still be good in this league, very good in this league. Just got to build around him like that. The Patriots didn't do that last year, and then kind of throw him under the bus and saying like it's his fault and stuff, all type of stuff. And so hopefully this year they change that around, but I don't see them making the playoffs this year. Rams. I know they added some pieces, they added some people and stuff to the team, but I thought they still in a little hole because all those draft picks they traded and all that cap stuff they had to do. They had to trade Jalen Ramsey away. They had to trade away my eyes. My eye. They traded Jalen Ramsey away. Had to trade away. They lost Leonard Floyd a couple years back too. They lost Odell Beckham. They still Cooper Kupp though. Matthew Stafford a little banged up, so I feel like they missed the playoffs this year. But you never know with Sean McVay. Sean McVay's a very good coach, so I think he can probably find a way to keep them in contention, though, to be borderline there. And they had the Titans as well. Titans, I like Mike Vrabel was a very good coach, too. He'll still have them in contention. But I feel like they got to build the receiving core up a little better. And the O-line a little better, too. The guys are banged up and stuff. And, of course, the quarterback question, too. Ryan Tannehill hasn't been playing too good. He didn't play too good last season. I know he drafted the quarterback, Will Levis, but we'll see how when he comes in, when they put him in like that. I know Malik Willis was the quarterback there first. He really didn't get opportunity fully. He got a few games and threw him to the fire with no line and terrible receivers. And no receivers really like that. And want him to beat the Chiefs. Like, that's not gonna happen. But I have those teams not making the playoffs. And then next we got the young but intriguing tier. I have the Panthers, of course. The Panthers actually could make the playoffs maybe because the defense was very good last year and the run game was good too. They rushed for 200+ rushing yards like 4 or 5 times last year. And then the defense was stopping teams too. They almost made the playoffs last year. They fell a little short. And they lost to the Bucks that last division game matchup. But with the like Bryce Young can go out there and just be better than Baker Mayfield, which is not too hard. Just be better than Baker Mayfield throughout the entire season. I think they can go out there and probably maybe sneak in the playoff because the NFC is not like the AFC, which is very tough. You have to go out there and probably win maybe 11 games. I don't know, 10 games get you in. I know 11 games probably get you in. Like, you got to go out there and make sure I need to win 11 games because I'm not going to make the playoffs like that. So AFC a little tougher. The NFC, they might can squeeze in with 9 games. You never know. The Falcons on here as well. Texans and Colts like that. I thought those teams are young but intriguing. They have opportunity to make a noise, especially the Panthers, Falcons, because they are in that South division, and you never know. The South division is wide open. I know the Saints are part of the favorites like that. They should win the division, but you never know what could happen. We've seen crazy things. And then, of course, the Colts got the new quarterback. Still building up a little bit. New coach there as well. Texans, new quarterback. I think John Mechie is coming back, too, after he beat cancer. So shout out to him, too, as well. But the next tier list we got is number 1, pick contention, which is the Cardinals and the Bucks for me. The reason I say the Cardinals and Bucks was my picks for that is because now I maybe can move the Bucks up a little bit. The Bucks they got some guys there, but a lot of the guys not bought in yet because it's a lot of guys asking for trades. We've seen Devin White asked for a trade. I know there's a rumor about Mike Evans and stuff and Chris Godwin, all the different things that's happening. The injuries that happened to the Bucks too, and they only won 7 games. Was it 7 games or 8 games with Brady like that? And it's Tom Brady. I know Tom Brady's a little older then too, but like the O-line was collapsing. The defense wasn't the same as it once was. And Todd Bowles is a good defensive coordinator, but as a head coach, it's like kind of like the leadership is not fully there like that. But we're gonna see how things shape out. The Cardinals, they in rebuild mode. Kyler Murray gonna be out most of the season, and not the whole entire season. They set him out the entire because of the ACL tear that he had, and so they're probably just going out there and just playing like that. They got a new coach coming in, trying to build his system and implement his system in the game, but they really just kind of like just playing. So I think they're gonna be like up there for that contention. But that's all I got for this video today, guys. Let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.